jump right on then and connect with Vineet Agarwal. He's the Managing Director of TCIL, joining in to talk a little bit more about the quarter gone by, where revenues have grown about 17% and profits have come in higher. Not just that, the management says that they are well poised to deliver on the guidance of 20% growth. So I'm going to question you about that, Mr. Agarwal. But first off, you definitely off to a very good start this time around. Can you just tell us how you would summarize Q1?
Thank you. We have had good growth across all the segments. If you noticed, last year GST was implemented on July 1st, and we started to see some benefits of that in this quarter on a like-to-like comparison. So almost all our divisions have done well. Our freight division has grown with doubling its profitability. Supply chain division has increased its profitability by more than 50%. And our seaways business added a ship in March 17. So the consequence of that has also helped us to bring more capacity addition and hence more volumes and hence better profitability for this year. So overall it has been a good quarter. It's usually the lower quarter for us. So in terms of our guidance, we are on track.
Okay, clearly on track going forward. So what kind of traction are you seeing in your volumes as well for the freight division? Have you been able to pass on the cost fully or the increase in fuel prices rather, because that continues to remain a little bit competitive in terms of the pricing in the segment?
Yes, typically all our contracts have a fuel escalation clause built in, so we're not directly impacted right away. And the volume growth, so our growth in the freight business, half of it came from volume and half of it came from the value growth. So the price of diesel adding on to the revenue and hence the cost as well. But overall, we are seeing that that cost is passed on. However, other costs have been increasing and we've been able to keep them in check.
Okay. Now, is the supply chain segment going to be the fastest growing segment for the company?
That's right. So on that larger base of 900 plus crores last financial year, we are anticipating a growth of 20 to 25%. So that will propel that division to be one of our largest divisions, in fact, in the next 2 years. However, of course, we are adding ships in our shipping business. So we added one more ship in March 18, which came on stream only in July 18. So the capacity addition of that will increase the revenues of seaways business by 40% or so for the full year. So in terms of quantum of growth, yes, the supply chain would be growing the fastest. In terms of percentage growth, of course, the seaways is growing faster. But the net result is that we should see at the year end a top line growth of 20+% for the overall company.
Okay, and finally, can you just give us some sort of a sense of the guidance? I know you spoke about that 20%. What exactly is going to drive this growth? What is the outlook on the hurdles like the e-way bill, the trucker strike, potential change on the new load axle norms? Is that a risk for your company?
I think almost all of these things are positive for the company because it helps us to move a lot of companies as well as our competition from the informal economy to the formal economy, be it GST, be it the e-way bill, etc. And these directly and indirectly help us as a company because we have a level playing field. Even the axle load increase will help a company like ours in the net result. So we are quite confident that even though there will be some hiccups, we know that e-way bill implementation has not been the greatest, or even for that matter GST, it is helping us. So the guidance for the 20+% on top line and 20 to 25% on the bottom line stands, and we are quite confident of achieving that.
Okay, thank you so much for taking time out and joining in. We're glad that you're talking about some of these concerns that the markets are talking about as a positive for your company. You're very confident on your growth prospects as well, and it's been a steady quarter. Lovely chatting with you, Mr. Agarwal. Good to connect with you. Hope to chat with you next time.